In the case of Major Jason Brezler, a Marine who got in trouble when he broke the rules, technically, in an attempt to save the lives of his fellow Marines. There's a verdict in his case. Our Fox News Chief Intelligence Correspondent Catherine Herridge explains. Catherine?
Well, thank you, Megan. Tonight, Fox News reaching Brezler's defense team. They are assessing the board's decision, their next steps, and seem surprised by the outcome. A spokesman for the Marine Corps issuing this brief statement that reads in part, quote, "The board substantiated allegations of substandard performance of duty and misconduct. Recommendations include separation from the service with a characterization of service as honorable." After the three-day administrative hearing in Louisiana, which included Brezler taking the stand, the military panel focused like a laser on the handling of classified information, finding that his warning about an Afghan police chief, you see him there on the right, with known links to the Taliban and an alleged pedophile, broke the rules because Brezler used his Yahoo account and later admitted the error. The board also rejecting Brezler's claims about the data found on his hard drive that was part of Brezler's handover file for his replacement in Afghanistan, and he didn't know it was classified. According to a source familiar with the findings, they do not address the murder of 3 Marines, the failure to act on Brezler's warning, which proved to be right, nor do they address allegations of unlawful command influence, that going after Brezler would shield the son-in-law of a senior Marine officer. Tonight, a former military judge telling Fox News that a letter of reprimand in Brezler's file was probably enough, given the circumstances of the case and his strong record of service. Megan.
Catherine, thank you. Joining me now with more, Congressman Michael Grimm. He is one of the lawmakers who wrote a letter of support for Major Brezler, objecting to this whole prosecution. And so now he hasn't been dishonorably discharged, which was the worst result, but he's been kicked out of the Marines, which his attorneys were reportedly in shock that they went this way. Your thoughts?
No question. This should have been handled with a letter of reprimand because he did use an unsecured network, but he self-reported. The problem here is, one, this is bad for the United States because we're losing a good Marine, a dedicated Marine that wants to serve his country.
He's the one guy who tried to warn them about this guy, and his warning was exactly right.
You know the old adage, no good deed goes unpunished. Unfortunately, who's really being punished here is this good Marine and the United States. The other thing is it sets a very bad precedent. In the Marine Corps, part of the code of conduct is that you would self-report. You have enough honor as a Marine Corps officer. If you did something wrong, you stand on the carpet.
So he said, I've got these documents on my computer. I sent it via an unsecured, my Yahoo email. I got to tell them that's what I did. Right,
but what kind of message does this send now? That if you actually stand up and do the right thing and self-report, you could be kicked out of the Marine Corps. So it's not a good precedent for the Marines, and it's not a good outcome for the United States of America. We need every good man we can have. We say in the Marine Corps, a few good men. Well, we're losing a great Marine.
We've fired him. That's the result of this. Jeremy Brezler got fired from the Marines for using a personal email account and supposedly having some documents on his home computer, which he never even accessed, that he wasn't supposed to have. But they weren't making a big deal about these documents. It was basically a technicality they discovered when they investigated the case. So now can he appeal this? Can he do anything to stop this? I mean, usually once this kind of thing is done, it's done. It's hard to appeal.
You know, it is. It is very difficult. I think that he can put in an appeal, but I don't think it would go anywhere. I think, unfortunately, this Marine service to our country is going to end here, and he'll have to continue with Rescue 2, which is one of our best rescue squads in the FDNY. So he's a hero all the way around. He'll continue to be a hero for the people of New York City. So we're still lucky to have him. But like I said, this is unfortunate, not just for the Marine Corps and the precedent that it sets, but for this great country. We're losing a great Marine, and we shouldn't. You know, at the end of the day, we should be asking questions about why the information wasn't acted on, why these 3 Marines are dead. They were murdered. That's what we should be focusing the investigation on.
Wow. Congressman, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.